because somebody says it's a Nigerian term, somebody says it's a Ghanaian term, somebody says it's the economy that brought the word Jakpa. I don't know. Who brought Jakpa? You guys have any idea who brought Jakpa? No? And Gen Zs, I like that. So it says the Gen Zs brought the word Jakpa. I don't know if Miss Malfemo and Raphael here, the word Jakpa, you like it, eh?
It's a very interesting word. The word Japa, I also agree, could be a Nigerian word. And for Nigerians, it's survival. It's not luxury.
Okay.
Or it's not something that they just want to go out for the fun of it. So Japa is like liberation for them. Liberation from poverty.
Okay.
And that's Japa. That's the understanding I get from that word.
That's the understanding.
Yeah.
Malfemo, do you get the same understanding?
Yeah, I would agree with him with regards to what he said. So with Nigerians, we all know they are mostly, it is believed that they are very hardworking people. They don't really care what they have to do to survive, but anything that they will do to make some money, they are willing to do it. So the term Jakpa, as they use it, is to show they migrating to other places in search of greener pastures. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. So talking about that, I know that most people, or especially most young ones, it's now become a trend. At a point in time, when you get to Kotoka International Airport, the place is so choked with these young ones who are trying to leave the country. There was a video that was trending at a point in time where I think the video was Canada Embassy, the Canadian Embassy.
Yeah.
And the place was flooded
Yeah.
with the young ones. So I want to know your story, Raphael. Let me start with you.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of Jakpaing, or you have Jakpa and you have come back? Which is which?
Okay, I have my employer watching this call. Okay, well, the thought of Japa for emigration, if I would say, the term emigration meaning that moving to another country permanently
Okay.
and not coming back, it's not something I'm thinking of. I'm more of very Ghanaian-centric, and people around me have thought of it. I've spoken to a lot of people about this. I have a few reservations recently because of how the economy has turned out to be. I would not speak about that.
Okay.
But I think for every Ghanaian youth, the scenario within which we live in, the lack of access to credit if you want to expand your business, the link between the education and industry, and just the edge that you have lost hope in a country that you live in drives you to want to Japa. And it's not a personal decision, but it's a socially engineered decision that you are forced to Japa. For a personal decision, I would not have.
Okay.
But if the situation turns worse, maybe I might go and come back.
Okay, so let me ask you, why would you not have gone personally?
Okay. All right. So I think there are a lot of people that have survived in the country and made it. And Ghana is actually a very productive country if things work well. People have made it here. And I do not like the idea of being a stranger outside in another country where you just have to be not having the full benefits as a citizen, seen as an inferior. It's mostly better to live within your country and make it big. There's pride in that. And I believe in that pride. And I think it's possible to make it here. That has been my, quote from the beginning.
Okay.
And that's the reason why maybe Japa has not been a thought. But like I say, I still have reservation.
Wow. And I wish we'll project the image on the screen so that people at home will see, how choked sometimes the Canadian embassy looks, because everybody just wants to fly out of Ghana. Malpemo, what about you?
Okay, so personally, I am not someone who is of the view to travel and then live in another country. But I am the first child of my mom.
Okay.
I have 2 little siblings. And then as the first child, I am done with uni. It's expected that I work and then be able to support my siblings. But then here lies the case. Unemployment is really on the rise now. It's quite difficult to get a job after getting your first degree. So personally, I'll be forced to, if an opportunity should present itself, I'm given a job outside the country, in another country where I can actually make some money, send some home to support my siblings, to support my mom. Why not? I'll take it. But with me, I don't want to go and live in that country, as in that is where I want to live permanently. Okay. I'd rather go work there, come and invest in my country, because at the end of the day, you go there, you work for them, you are building their country. Why don't you build yours too? The situation here is there are no jobs. So even if I want to contribute my human resource to help build the country, I don't have that capacity to do it. So why not travel, make some money, come back and live here? Yeah. Because traveling there for vacations, it makes sense to me that I would visit other countries, tour the world, get to know other places. But to go and live there as a foreigner, I mean, racism is a problem. We all know it. So to be there and then someone will have to see me, talk to me in a way that will not make me comfortable. Meanwhile, if I was in my country, that would not be done to me. Why not just live here? But like I said, the situation now does not permit me to.
It doesn't.
Yes.
It doesn't. Now let me ask you your level of education.
Okay, so I just recently graduated from the University of Ghana.
Okay, and are you in search for a job?
This month we are finishing our national service. Okay. So after that, I have to go on the job hunt.
Right. Yes. So that is where the fear is. What about you, Raphael?
I'm working with Shell.
Okay.
Shell Ghana.
Right.
Yes.
And let's look at what you earn as, somebody who just came out of school. So it's your first time working.
Yeah.
Is it enough to take care of you?
Well, it should be, but the economy doesn't make it so. Because if you look back 5 years ago and you compare the salary rate in USD, you are more or less, if you are earning the same, you are earning lesser in USD. And with how the market is priced in USD, for a young graduate, maybe you might be termed as ambitious if you want to get yourself a car, get yourself a home as a young graduate. But living in Accra and having the hassle of going back and forth without a car, not having a good place of rest, is part of the social risk that people want to Japa.
Right.
Because when there is assurance of security, of accommodation, of credit, that I can get a car and pay in installment outside, but here, if I don't have upfront cash, I can't do it. Weighing opportunity cost, you might just want to Japa than live here. So I think that companies might be doing what it's economically good for them, but the system doesn't make that amount worth living on.
Right. And, as a man, do you have a girlfriend, if you don't mind me asking?
Yes, I do.
So for that, there's more demand on you, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and not necessarily demand. Well, I think we've lived or progressed to a society where a lot of things are not dependent on man, while society puts that burden on the man anyway. So the burden is true, but it's all about how society has progressed into understanding that it's a partnership.
So for you, your relationship is a partnership.
It's a partnership.
It's a partnership.
Yeah.
So there's not too much stress. But what about the pressure of owning your own place, having a car?
Exactly. And well, I think to an extent, Grace, and we've been lucky to be with a company that provides these kind of services. It's a multinational, so it's not same for everybody, because for a young person that comes out of school, I've been out of school for 3 years, and getting an employment right after school at a multinational, it's seen as a 1 out of a million.
Or privilege.
Yes, I would call it. But the actual Ghanaian, the real issues is that you have most of your mates unemployed or living on contract basis, and the amounts they are getting are meager. And when that is the majority of youth and the amounts of stipends they are living on, the best option is to either go and further your masters that you did not think of doing,
right?
Because you'd rather just Japa, do masters, and just go to school. You see a lot of people doing PhD that they did not think of doing because they think a PhD will give them more time to live outside than be in Ghana. So we are being forced to take decisions that we do not intend to do because of the idea that we've lost hope in the country's survival and rather seek greener pastures elsewhere.
This is hard to hear this afternoon, I must say. Malfemo, and for you a woman, so somebody watching will say that, oh, a man can take care of you even if you don't work, because you can marry, have your children, and he'll go to work and bring the money home.
Yeah, okay. So I initially stated I am still a first child of my mom. I have 2 little sisters. If I should think of, a man will provide for me, so let me just get married. At the end of the day, the man also has a family to cater for. He marries me, he takes care of me. How much, I'm thinking, with our recent rates, with our money that has no value out there, if the man should accept to even take care of me, that means he's going to take care of my siblings too, because I am not working. And then how long can he do that?
Yeah.
How long? I mean, people can be good, but for how long will that burden be on him? Does he always have to provide for my siblings, provide for me, provide for my mom, and then his own family too? So as a woman, I don't really think it is necessary to think that because a man will marry me, I'll not be bothered by the current situation. Because at the end of the day, I still have to do something with my hands too. I have to find something to do. So if I am dependent on that man, I am not being considerate because I'm putting too much pressure on him. We say men die faster than women. It's because the burden is too much. And that is very
But for you that you're about to finish your, your national service, are you scared of the future?
Yes, in some way I'm scared. And on the other hand, I would say I'm not really scared because I know what I am planning to do with my life. And then the part where I'm scared is, what if what I'm planning to do doesn't work out? What if I'm planning to, maybe after NSS I would apply for jobs. I am expecting that I'll be employed, but then it doesn't happen that way. What would I do? And then I decide to go on the business. Now, all of us are into businesses. We have petty businesses to support ourselves. Here lies the case, you do business, and because of it's online business, so you do business. There are people who are scammers out there, which is overshadowing the good people who do online business. It's a risk factor, it's 50-50. People are either going to buy or not buy. People, you will be genuine, like you were selling good products, being honest, you wouldn't run away with people's money. But at the end of the day, they are scared to buy from you. So that business idea is also a risk. It's 50-50. It is not something that is rest assured that is going to work for you. On the employment side, getting a job from a company is also not rest assured that you're going to get it.
But do you think if you travel, it's rest assured that you will do well? Okay,
so the reason why I would say with economic-wise, the reason why most people are traveling is because of our exchange rate. Because at the end of the day, if I should go there, I'm a graduate though. If I'm given a cleaner job in Ghana, I might refuse. But then if I go there, I'm given a cleaner job, and then at the end of the day, I'm paid per hour. Maybe I'm paid $16 per hour. I convert that into Ghana cedis. I'm getting, I think the rate is 16 something, So I'm getting 160 cedis. That is per hour. So if I decide to work 8 hours, I'm making money. That is me thinking the Ghanaian way, converting into the Ghanaian.
But you'll not be living in Ghana, so you'll not be spending cedis. You'll be spending dollars.
That is very true. But people don't really think of that. Initially, when it comes, when the opportunity comes, they don't think of the fact that they're not going to live in Ghana, wherever they are. The exchange rate doesn't affect it because when you live there, whatever you are buying, you are spending from what you are getting.
Right.
So the rate doesn't apply there. But a Ghanaian would see $500 converted into Ghanaian cedis as much money to be earned there. Because at the end of the day, if I work hard, we tell ourselves, if I work hard and then I get money, and then I send some home, and then they change it, it is more. I can even do something before I come back here, you understand? If I send $100 to my mom, she changes it. It is something. She can use it for something here. So it's not about it being 100%. It's not rest assured that it's 100% the best option. But then to go there, be able to make money, save, and then send here, and they're looking at the exchange rate is better. Why not go? I would go.
You will go. Raphael, let me bring you in this conversation. Now, will you choose to do cleaner job if it's paying more as compared to what you're doing now?
It's a tough one. We've seen some tweets about PhD over cleaning jobs comparison.
Ghanaian passport.
PhD over Ghanaian passports and German visa. That's you'll even be a cleaner. It's a tough one, and for me, I do not think I would choose a cleaning job, and the reason is not monetary, because I'll pick something from the discussion that you're having with her, that people that Japa know that it's going to be tough. They don't see greener pastures as monies are hanging on trees outside and they are going to pluck them. They are aware of the struggle out there, but they are willing to struggle through it because there is hope that you make it.
Right.
The alternative is that the hope is lost when you're here.
Yeah.
So even though you're trying to make it, the system's fighting you. So I think essentially the reason why people leave, it's centered around the word hope. That do people have hope that this country will be better? That fighting within it, struggling to make it would be possible? Or we would rather go out there and make it? And that's the comparison that happens here. But if I take me back to your question on a cleaner versus what I do, I believe in...
if you're earning more.
Well, it's a tough one, I'll say. But, I mean, I have ego, a lot of it.
Okay.
To not clean a white man's washroom.
Okay.
I mean, just for the money.
Okay.
I think if we pass through the harder way approach, go there, make the right way of education, and get a proper employment, I will go for it. If my company is employing me out there, I'm in for it.
Yeah, in for it. Okay. All right. So let me ask, I should bring my studio audience into this conversation because they are also young. And I don't know if any of you have been thinking of Japaing as well. Who has the microphone? Okay. So have you been thinking of traveling to seek for greener pastures?
If you run to US, you are still made in Ghana. If you run to UK, you are still made in Ghana. Sometimes I think of moving out from this country, but not to work and live there.
Okay.
Maybe work there, get something, come back and feel comfortable in my mother nation. But I wanted to ask some question. When you leave to other countries to work there, get the USDs, do you think of the taxes that will be paid? Because I know we have so many taxes immigrants are paying over there. So do you think of those taxes as well? That's my question.
Thank you. That's a good one.
Yeah. I think, especially UK, and I think this conversation happens a lot around UK, because UK taxes, rent, it's quite a lot. That if you look at the salary that you're getting, you more or less be taking a lot of it into taxes. Long term, it doesn't look like a good decision because you more or less be floating around the same salary. Even if it gets increased, your taxes are increased because it's calculated as a percentage. So if your salary increases,
the taxes
increases. And it's even worse in countries where there are tax brackets. That let's tax the rich more. Let's tax the...
Well, it's happening in Ghana, though.
Not. Oh, it is?
Yes, it is.
Exactly.
It is. Yeah. When you earn a certain amount of, salary, there is the tax that they take from you. So I know those who earn above 10,000 actually pay more tax, more in tax. Those who earn above 30,000 pay more in tax. So it's happening.
Exactly. So then you more or less stay afloat. And for somebody that you don't earn things like health insurance out there, because it's very risky out there when you are sick, because you can't just walk into a hospital.
It depends on the country, though.
You have to make an appointment.
It depends on the country.
Yeah. So for US that has, well, good health services free for blacks and all that, you might as well have a safe one. But if you don't find yourself in such countries and you're in a country where you have to make an appointment, wait for days.
No, for that, so there are the emergency areas.
Yeah.
So you can actually go into emergency and they'll still take care of you regardless of your
at a higher cost.
No. So they do the emergency before. So emergency, for them, they don't play with their emergencies. So I know people who say, I want to Jakpa because of healthcare. Okay. Because I know and I'm rest assured that in case of emergency, they'll take care of me. But in Ghana, in case of emergency, you might have to pay before the doctor takes care of you.
Yeah.
So it becomes a bit,
yes. On the safe
for some people.
Yeah.
But then there's so many untold dark secrets out there that, you know, we need the world to know about it. We need the young ones to know about it. I'm happy that you're sharing your story and letting us know. It's the economy. That's the reason why you're being forced to think about it. For me, I went abroad for a while. I came back home. So I didn't make the money to come back home. I came back home because of the stress there. And like I said, people don't know the kind of stress that people go through there and they just go there. Anybody else who wants to share a story of, you know, probably you want to travel and the reason why you want to travel as well? Or you all want to stay in Ghana? My darling, you want to tell us? Okay, you want to stay in Ghana? Take the microphone and let me know. You want to stay in Ghana? I think the microphone is on. Do you wish to stay in Ghana?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, so as they say, take into consideration that of our economy and then the rate of unemployment in the country, I think you going outside, working and then get something and coming back to
Let's check the microphone if it's on, please. Check. Is it on? Okay. All right.
Yes, so you moving outside, working and then getting something and coming back to do something with what you had, I think it would be a better.
It's better, right? Okay. Anybody else? Okay, darling, I want you to speak. Please, take the microphone. Ata, I'll come to you as well. I want to know if you also want to Jakpa, okay? Yes, talk to me, darling.
Okay, so I would like to travel outside, but then I think you being in Ghana and working out, you can also get what you want to
Okay.
there.
Okay.
But then traveling too can also help. So
Can help.
Yeah.
Right. Are you working at the moment?
yeah, I'm doing my national service.
You're doing your national service.
Yes, please.
Are you rest assured that you get a job after your national service?
That's my biggest fear, but then I know.
It's your fear.
Yeah.
What field are you in?
I went to Ghana, GNJ.
J? Okay. Right. So you
But
want to be a
then-
journalist?
Yes, please.
Right. Okay. Ata, what about you?
Oh, me, dear, my question is simple.
Okay.
I want to work in Ghana. Everywhere I want to work it.
Okay.
Because Ghana is my town.
Okay.
You hear what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. So I want to work it everybody because I'm an actor.
Okay. Okay.
If I'm going to America, somebody will call me in Ghana, so I will come.
Okay. So Ata, you don't want to go and work in Hollywood?
Or if I want to work there, somebody will call me. So Ata, come and work me in Ghana, so I will come.
Okay.
So that is how I want to work in every.
You want to work
every-
everywhere.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Right. Okay. Yes, boss.
Yeah. Well, when we say getting opportunity to other countries to work, it's not any country you should accept that, because there are other countries that are even not getting their currency as Ghana, as in terms of comparing currency.
Right.
Ghana it has their currency to be higher than other
Better,
countries.
right.
So working in countries that have their currency rate to be higher than Ghana, I think it is the best thing to do. So when the opportunity comes, you don't have to hesitate. You just have
Okay.
to grab the opportunity.
Okay. So if you get the opportunity, you go.
Of course.
Wow. Which country are you looking at?
Well, Qatar.
Qatar. Why Qatar?
Okay, Qatar is a small country. It's not a big country, but in terms of job vacancy, it's perfect.
Okay. So you've done your research.
Yes, please.
Do you mind the job that you go and do there?
Well, only if I'll earn well, then bring some of the money I earn there to my country to invest. I'm okay.
Okay. All right. Not bad. Let me talk to you too. Pass the microphone. Today I'll talk to everybody. Yes. For you, you're a content creator on TikTok.
Well, I'm an actor.
You're an actor
Yeah,
and a content
content
creator. Okay. So now, for you, are you earning enough from this content creation? Because it looks like it's the new cocoa.
Oh, basically, yeah, somehow good, somehow bad.
Okay.
Because it's not all the content that will bring you money. And basically, Ghana here content, they don't pay. Yeah. If
Oh, but
someone tells you...
I think the Ministry of Information recently did say that they were going to make sure that you content creators get
Oh,
paid.
yeah, they have said something like that, but it's not out now.
You haven't started experiencing it yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to gain in TikTok in Ghana, unless you change your location to outside, like Nigeria or any other countries, yeah, but Ghana here, yeah.
So you wish to go as well?
Oh, yeah. If I get the opportunity, I'll grab it because it comes once.
It comes once?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which country are you looking at?
Canada.
Canada?
Yeah.
Wow. What's in Canada, though?
Oh, because Canada, that's my dream place where I want to go and live. Yeah. Because Ghana is really hot. Even nowadays, prepaid, people can't even buy prepaid. It's difficult.
Okay, my darling, talk to us.
All right, so if the opportunity comes, it's fine. But then you being in someone's country, you may not be treated well. That's what I have to
Are you
say.
scared of racism?
No.
You're not scared of racism?
Yeah.
Okay. So what treatment are you talking about then? What kind of treatment do you say that you not be treated well? So because of that, you have second thoughts on it?
Like they may see you different.
Okay.
Yeah, so they will not treat you equal.
So for you, it's not about the money, it's about the treatment.
Something like that.
Okay, all right. A good one there. So now we are getting to know the young ones, their mind, and it's quite, interesting to know that most of them are saying that if the opportunity comes, they will go, and it comes opportunity comes but once.
But once.
Why is it but once?
So, if opportunity comes knocking, opportunity comes but once, there might be maybe a job opening, something that is going to, in your view, change your life for the better. So if it comes, you let it go. That same offer will not come again. Yeah. Maybe something different will come, but it will not be the first thing that came, you understand? So why not go with the first opportunity that comes? Like that. Okay. You might not even get the opportunity again. So if it comes once, why not grab it?
But do you know it's very difficult to come back when you say you're going to make money and come back?
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of people complaining that the system out there is hard. And then you see people asking them, why not come back? Because you complain that it is better to live in Ghana than live there. So if conditions are bad there, why don't you just come back? But then you visit Ghana maybe once a year or twice a year, and then you tell people, don't come there, stay in Ghana. Why are you not coming back? Is it because conditions are better than you think people should not come there too? But then some explain that you have to work all the time. It is stressful. You don't get to make friends easily. You don't have a social life, basically. So they feel it is better to live in Ghana, have a social life. But what is the essence of having a social life if you can't fend for yourself, though? I don't agree with stressing yourself, like being overwhelmed with stress out there, working 24/7, buried in work. You're always tired. I'm not someone that will be.
Life.
I'm not someone that will be comfortable with suffering. I mean, you make the money, but you still suffer.
That's the painful thing. You know, you wake up in the morning, you go to work at 8 a.m., you stay in traffic. Accra will give you traffic. So with Accra, you don't even say you are doing 8 to 5. You are doing like 5 a.m., 7 p.m.
Yeah.
7 p.m.
And you finish all this, at the end of the month, you take probably like 3,000 cedis.
3,000 or more. Some people are taking like 1,500 at the end of the month.
That's a sad reality.
Yes, and then you subtract your transportation, you subtract your expenditures. Maybe you're renting, you buy food, you pay for prepaid, you pay water bill, all these things, you take it out of that 1,500. And even national service personnel, I understand that they
How much are you earning now?
715 cedis a month.
750 cedis a month.
Yes.
National service.
They say it's allowance, so it's not a salary. But at the end of the day, We go to work we are supposed to go to work every day. You wake up in the morning, you bath, you go to work.
How much do you spend in a day on transport?
I would say averagely 30 cedis because of where I stay.
How much?
30 cedis.
You spend 30 cedis a day?
Yes, on transportation.
On transportation?
Alone.
And food?
If I have to eat twice a day, breakfast and then lunch, that means the less amount I can get food for is 20 cedis. So let's say that's 40 cedis.
Wait, 50 cedis?
Yes.
I'm doing the calculation. So you're spending 50 cedis a day?
I'm eating once.
That's, if you're eating once, it's 50 cedis?
Because if I want to eat in the morning, I'm spending 20 cedis on breakfast. If I want to eat in the afternoon, I'm spending 20 cedis on lunch. That is 70 cedis in a day.
Wait, so let's say 70 times 5 is 350.
Yes.
So in a week, you spend 350.
Yes.
And you earn 715
cedis. When you even go to the bank for them to withdraw your money, you get 700 cedis.
Because they take out the money.
So that's how bad it is.
So how do you survive?
Okay, so personally, I do side business. And then I have my mom too. If I'm going to work, I take from her, which is something that is quite disturbing because I go to work. It is assumed that I'm going to work, you understand? I go to work at the end of the day. I'm still taking money from my mom. It shouldn't be a problem because she's supposed to be taking care of me at this age still. But if you compare our style of living here, and then you compare to those who live out there, you can go to work and still be schooling. You can be working and be schooling. But Ghana, it doesn't permit it. If I want to be a regular student, I can't work and then be in school.
Anyway, I'll come back to you, Raphael. Please hold on for me because social media is buzzing. I know the messages have started coming in, and if you haven't sent your message yet, it's 055-157-5757, 055-157-5757. My girl, your girl, our loyal just girl, Shola is here. Hi, darling. Hi. You look so fabulous.
Oh. At least let me say it first. You are looking stunning.
Oh my God.
Everyone is seeing the beauty.
Shola wants my head to swell, but have you seen my girl? Look at you. You look fabulous, darling.
Thank you so much, Mom. And so obviously social media is following the conversation. I always say that when it comes to the youth, everyone is aware, everyone is conscious, and at least it's beautiful to see that the youth are conscious of their environment and the situations and issues that are going on, and they're really seeking that these issues will be solved. Anyway, social media has seen a lot of the conversation and they are ready to let us know because you heard it, 30 cedis a day for transportation. Yeah. And at the end of the day, you just get 715 Ghana cedis.
So 70
in this Ghana that you and I...
70 cedis if she decides to eat twice.
You know.
So let me ask you, Malfemo, how many times do you eat in a day?
So mostly to cut my expenses short, I eat maybe I take breakfast in the morning from the house. So I just have to buy lunch. Yeah. So if I don't eat from home, it means I have to eat once most of the time, just to make sure I don't overspend.
010.
010.
It's a lot. Really, it is a lot.
So Malfemo is saying, I want Malfemo to repeat that one. You said you eat once a day?
Yes.
Because you want to cut down on costs?
Yes. Because if I should think about my hunger.
So it's 010.
Okay, yeah, no, not 010. So 0 in the morning. Maybe I come back home, but mostly I get home late. I get home tired.
So you do what, 001?
Sometimes, it depends, 010. If I'm tired or I don't feel hungry, because by the time I get home, I'm so tired. I don't even feel like eating. So sometimes I eat just in the afternoon. I get home, I don't eat. So that's just once a day. Yeah.
Shola.
No, so you see, it's a lot. It really is a lot, especially for the youth in Ghana. I mean, living on 30 cedis and 70 cedis a day, I mean, come on. We can do better. But yes, social media has commented. We have a lot of comments, and we take some. This one says, hi, my name is Nima. I love this, your special show changes. I am watching you live from Gambia. We'll love it more if you invite Endurance and Dempsey on your show. We've heard you. This one says that, oh, we're waiting for this message. This one says, I tried to set up my own business after school, but it didn't work that way for me because I didn't have what it takes to do it. Even money to buy a sewing machine for myself to sew at home. And this is Baby from Obuasi. As a lady, try to do something for yourself. It's very good. This one is Japa Raphael, made me proud again. This is Pesta 2021. He says, they love you. This one says, I'm Joshua from the Western region. As my brother said, there is no hope in the youth. That's why we're trying to leave. Our leaders have made us to see that there's no future in our community. This one says that nobody, good afternoon. I think traveling outside is better than staying here in Ghana because economically, we are not safe. Politically, we are not safe. Legally, we are not safe. Today, if you get an issue that you need the law to enforce to come, or you need the law forces to come even for you because the atmosphere is corrupt already, you don't feel safe. So it adds to the rate of death because everything is fighting you down. And the little you get to spend, more politically, you are not safe. You are not being told the truth. And you can't depend on politicians. They force rulership on you. And then legally too, if you don't have money, your case goes nowhere. But out of there, all the systems works better. Nobody wishes to dwell in another man's country, but we don't feel safe in the hands of our own leaders. Economically, legally, and politically, everything is high. And the worst of it is that there's nothing being told. There's no one being told the truth. And we are being deceived always. And when we complain, the leaders defend themselves that why not change it into someone's system where things are working well, where you're being treated all the same. This one says, good afternoon, my name is Gloria. I'm enjoying your program. For me, if I get the opportunity, I'll grab it because Ghana, I share. Into a trial, no, you're not opportunity, I'll shoot Jakpa fast and fast. This one says, oh, Rosie, you look absolutely stunning. Same for your girl, our girl, Shola. You guys always enjoy what you do, and I also enjoy watching you. Keep up the great works. Good afternoon. This is Priscilla from Cape Coast.
Hi,
Thank you, Priscilla. This one says, I worked with an organization only for 2 months because I couldn't bear the cost of going there every day. I decided to request for a hybrid role and it was not granted to me. Sometimes I get to the office and I'm basically doing nothing. As I'm here now, I have quit CRA, fully developing my freelance business. This one says, hello, good afternoon. May God bless the good work you're doing. Thank you and amen. This one says, a time is coming if situation persists here in Ghana. Only retired people will be left in the country together with politicians. This is Gideon. This is Gideon. He says he's watching from Takrade. This one says, good afternoon. It's not easy to stay in Ghana. We will live when we get the opportunity. Ghana is bleeding when even compared to some African countries. Rwanda in mind. So obviously you see a lot of people are commenting the
Rwanda, rather?
Yeah. So someone is saying they will leave Ghana to Rwanda because of how terrible the situation is for the youth.
Raphael is saying yes.
Yeah, not yes, but I've seen a lot of people do that. I mean, I have a couple of friends that moved to Philippines. You question, why Philippines? And it takes me back to the same thing I've been saying. Have we lost hope enough that you think you can make it in Philippines than Ghana? Then that shows where we are as a country. Because you shouldn't be searching for greener pastures there.
For professional jobs, or they just moved because they wanted to change location and get to greener pastures?
It's difficult to get to places like Canada, USA. So if you get a Philippines access and it's quicker, you grab it.
Wow.
You'd rather go. So the idea of Japa now is not even selective. You just want to leave the country. And that's where we have gotten to in Japa. Because, like I said, for the Nigerians that started the word Japa, it started as a liberation from poverty. You don't move to Ghana, go to a country like Philippines or like India. There are even Ghanaians in places that have war going on there, like Sudan.
And they went there for green.
There were Ghanaians in Israel when the war happened in Pakistan, between them and Pakistan. What are you doing in Pakistan? So
Ukraine.
Ukraine actually was a good country before the war because of the...
You know, there's a video that I saw of young people in a canoe, and this boy actually did a video telling his girlfriend that I'm going to see. It's so heartbreaking. I wish I had the video today. I would have played it. Said, I'm going to seek for greener pastures. Miracle. And he was speaking fancy. Have you seen the video?
Wow.
Heartbreaking. he said, Miracle. Bibi kakra ye bedinti. Hwe kwabna notmenchen. Hwe yi notmenchen. Yerko.
On a canoe.
Yeah.
On a canoe. And they had seen a ship approaching them, and they said they were so happy. They were like, oh, we've seen the ship. Finally, the ship will take us on board and rescue us.
And then there is another video, I think it's a Nigerian.
Yeah.
And even the canoe had capsized. And then he did a video showing their current situation. And I'm like, is it that bad that we have to risk our lives? I mean, we are going for greener pastures, but in search of greener pastures, we are losing our lives. You see people using the Libya route, people using it's scary, but at the end of the day, the person has the hope that when they get there, it's going to work.
For them.
Shall more messages coming through?
Still more messages. This one says, hi, my name is Ilasu, watching live from Kentampo College of Health. There's no future for the youth living in Ghana. Even we, those living in Ghana, sometimes lives the whole day without food. So I will quickly grab the opportunity leaving Ghana. Thank you. Wow. This one says, good afternoon. I'm Asha Brew from Odoko Official Town. I really love your show. Thank you, Asha. This one says, I am your friend, Takrade. As I'm talking to you now, I haven't eaten just because I want to escape breakfast and lunch. I then eat around 4 p.m. just because I have to use my little money saved on an emergency last Friday. This is so sad. This one says that, good afternoon, please. This is Samo from Wager. We're living in a country where everyone cries for his or her own life. I think one Saturday morning, by the time Nanado wakes up from bed, there will be no one in Ghana. And this one says that PESA 2021 is proud of you. This is Kweku Asante. So, okay, last one. This one says, hi, I'm Mustafa from Tamale. I'm a fashion student in Tamale Technical University, and I believe in self-employment. But looking at prices of tools and equipment in our field, it is very scary. Due to this reason, I wish to travel to China after school when I have the opportunity.
Wow. So he has not even completed.
No,
and
but he's looking at going.
Yes.
Yes. And that's
however, 715 Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
If this was a real job, would you have quit?
Yes. Because at the end of the day, I'm not even making anything out of it because I still have to get money. Where am I getting that money from for transportation to report to that same job? And even with ours, what the sad aspect is we are not paid every month. When we started, we were not paid for 3 months before it started coming. So the first 3 months, where do we get money to go to work? But you're expected to report to work.
Wow.
Yeah.
The reality of life. But then talking about abroad, it's not easy. It's not easy. So I think that the best thing will be for you to do your research before you go out there. Because the grass is not green. I have a young man who is in Dubai currently, and when he was actually working in a bank, and then he felt it wasn't that good. So he decided to migrate to Dubai. And the last phone call, he said, it's not easy in Dubai. So there's often regrets. So you need to do your research very well. As much as you are looking for the money, research well before you go. Yes, you want to say something? Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Rosaline. Rosaline. Thank you. As of June 2024, a report by the Ghana Statistical Service says that 7.3 million Ghanaians are suffering from poverty. And so sometimes as young ones, when we hear such figures, it scares us. Living in this country and hearing such a figure from the Ghana Statistical Service on poverty. And so we also want to find out from the authorities, what assurance are they giving us that things would get better and so we shouldn't leave this country?
So you want assurance from the authorities? That's what you want?
Yes, please.
Wow. Anyway, maybe I should ask this question. Do you think the future of Ghana is bright?
Currently, with everything happening, I would say no. On the other hand, I think the youth, we are actually realizing how bad things are getting. Because initially, I didn't really see the youth involved in a lot of political talks, involving themselves in things that concerns building the nation. But in recent times, there have been protests and what's not, and it is being led by youth of the country. So I feel maybe the generation currently leading us has failed us, but I have hope that the youth, probably something better will come out of it. Yes.
Right. Raphael?
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree. With current status quo, I don't think that there is hope. There need to be change for that hope to be realized. And until that changes happen, we are just going to live in a country with no hope.
That's why we have this show called Changes, and we are hoping that the authorities are watching this. It's a sad reality to hear that the future of Ghana, that's the youth, are all leaving to seek for greener pastures. So then it leaves the country in a bleak position. I'm hoping that one day when we have this conversation, we'll hear the youth say that Ghana is so comfortable and that they don't want to leave, but rather channel their energy and resources into building the economy and building the country as well. Shola, any more messages before we go?
Someone says that he wants to know when Walasi will be on the show. We're working. Don't worry, this show, there are lots of,
people want to come on it.
By the time you open your eyes tomorrow, he might be seated here. And this one says, hi, good afternoon, Rosalind. This is Danito. We're being deceived